I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple. I've got a lot of power. And I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you once, and I wasn't even throwing heavy tonight. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I didn't mean to knock him out. I was pretty sure that that was going to be a 5-round fight tonight, and just takes one shot, mate, at heavyweight, especially with me.
I don't see that fight getting out of the first round. Right. I think Tom is phenomenal. I think he's absolutely the best heavyweight we've ever seen in the UFC. I said to him, it sucks to win the belt that way, to be the champion this way, that no one's going to remember that in 3 fights' time. They're just going to remember what you've done and that you are the champion of the world and you're the best in the division. And that.
Two powerhouse names are set to collide, and the entire heavyweight division is watching closely. Champion Tom Aspinall, the pride of Britain, is gearing up to face the smooth and calculated French striker Ciryl Gane. This matchup isn't just another title defense. It's a statement fight that could reshape the future of the division. Both men have something to prove. Aspinall wants to quiet those who still question his interim title run, while Gane is determined to bounce back stronger after past disappointments and show he's still one of the best in the world. Even with all the hype and pressure, Tom looks completely unfazed. He's said many times that pressure doesn't scare him, it fuels him. His calm attitude and quiet confidence are exactly why so many believe he's built for moments like this.
UFC 321, October 25th, Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. Tom Aspinall will face Ciryl Gane. Aspinall has 15 wins, and all of them are by finish. Gane is the #1 ranked heavyweight.
Aspinall seems to perform his best when everything's on the line. Instead of feeling the weight of expectations, he channels it into motivation. That mindset has made him one of the most dangerous fighters in the game. Fans and analysts alike are convinced he's more than ready to take on any challenge. And against Gane, he plans to prove exactly why he's the real deal.
That's great, because I fight really, really, really well under pressure. You know, there's a couple of types of guys. I've been around martial arts for my whole life, near enough at this point. And you know, there's the guys who I've trained with, from my experience, who in the gym are absolute killers, absolute world beaters, and they'll get in a fight and they'll just freeze up, and it doesn't work like it does in the gym. They fight way worse. And there's other guys like myself who are not that good in the gym, but get under the lights, get under the pressure with all the chips on the table, and they get in there and do things that they would never be able to do in the gym. And that is exactly what I do, and I feel like that's one of my biggest strengths.
Chael Sonnen didn't sugarcoat his thoughts about this matchup. He called it a letdown for the division, suggesting it might not bring back the energy heavyweight fans have been missing. But Sonnen also admitted that neither fighter is to blame. The division itself has lacked direction lately. His comments drew mixed reactions. Yet even critics agreed that the UFC needed a strong heavyweight clash to bring life back into the division. Whether they like it or not, this fight might just be the spark everyone's been waiting for.
The UFC traditionally will use championship fights as a reward. You'll have done good deeds. You'll have packed that suitcase, you'll go and checked in, you'll have eaten dinner alone plenty of times in hotels. You'll sacrifice, you'll throw the punch and the kicks, have the punches and kicks thrown back at you, and as a reward you will get that opportunity. But they've already given it to Ciryl. The biggest letdown in UFC title fight history in relation to what the projection, what the analytics thought they were going to do business-wise versus what they did. The #1 flop in history was Ciryl versus Francis.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, however, had a completely different take. Both former champions hyped up the matchup, saying it's one of the most exciting stylistic fights possible right now. Kamaru went as far as to predict an Aspinall victory, pointing out his explosive power, agility, and all-around skill. Cejudo agreed that Gane's striking could cause real trouble, but still believes the fight will deliver an unforgettable showdown for fans who want to see two elite heavyweights push each other to the limit.
Tom Aspinall is is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the number one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if John Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Let's make that happen. Ciryl Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
I'm confident for this fight. I don't want to talk of the after the fight. I'm confident for this fight. I want this belt, and I do my best during the camp for that. But everybody knows my strength already. I can move very well. I can manage the distance very well. My striking is a high-level striking, and so I'm gonna manage this. I do this for me. Like the target is the belt, and I'm not focused on the social media, the people outside. I'm really focused on my family, my friend, my team, my goal, my target, and training. This is a different mindset.
For Tom Aspinall, meanwhile, feels a sense of relief now that this long-awaited fight is finally happening. After being scheduled and canceled 3 times before, this 4th attempt is officially locked in. With the fight confirmed for October 25th in Abu Dhabi, Aspinall said he's ready to defend his title and make sure Gane's hopes of becoming champion are crushed for good.
Finally, we're back after over a year hiatus. Ciryl finally signed on the dotted line. This is the 4th time we've been matched up together. And now we are matched up for the 25th of October, Abu Dhabi. Me and Ciryl. The 4th attempt is here, and this is Cyryl's 3rd title shot. We are going to try and get rid of Ciryl Gane from the title picture for good.
Interview 5, Aspinall admitted the upcoming fight carries huge pressure for both men. He pointed out that Gane has already fallen short in 2 previous title bouts, so this one means everything to him. But Aspinall knows the same is true on his side. Neither can afford to slip up. With so much on the line, he believes both fighters are stepping into one of the toughest tests of their careers.
There's pressure on you every fight you have. Are you feeling pressure for this one?
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely, but there's certain types of athletes, there's certain types of people, not just athletes. There's those that pressure wears them down, and there's those who shine under pressure.
Meanwhile, Alex Pereira is stirring things up by teasing a move to the heavyweight division. The UFC world lit up when Pereira called out John Jones, hinting at a potential super fight. Jones, in a recent interview, clarified that he's not done yet. He trains 5 days a week and remains part of the UFC's testing pool. He also mentioned he's getting ready for the planned UFC White House event, though the final decision lies with Dana White.
But that being said, it's not just me who's under pressure. It's his 3rd title shot, mate, and he failed the first 2. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure on me, but there's also a lot of pressure on him. There's pressure on both of us. Every fight you go into, there's pressure. I can't speak for the rest of the fighters, but mate, I don't want to get kicked in front of millions of people. That's the biggest pressure in me. I don't want to get battered in front of millions of people. No way about it. So to me, that's the biggest pressure. Titles, all rankings, statistics, all that aside, I don't want to get beat up in front of millions of people, so there's always pressure.
John Jones says he's working hard to prove he still belongs among the elite. He's staying in shape, putting in the hours, and focusing on being ready for whatever opportunity comes next. Jones also highlighted his involvement in new UFC projects, saying they show how committed he is to the sport. He hopes this dedication will convince Dana White to give him a spot at the White House card.
First and foremost, are you retired?
I am not retired. I'm actively training 5 days a week, and I'm in the UFC's drug testing pool.
Great. And what's the status of the fight at the White House?
I don't really know. It's kind of out of my control right now. I'm training for the event. I'll be ready for the event. That's my goal. That's my intention. But ultimately, it's up to the boss.
However, Dana White has ruled out John Jones from appearing at the White House event. He said the decision isn't about Jones's ability or legacy, but rather about minimizing potential risks during such a major occasion. White explained that with the event's significance, he simply can't take any chances, no matter who the fighter is.
I feel freaking tremendous. I'm training constantly. The brand's in a great place. We're doing really cool things, cool people like yourself. And I'm just happy to be here.
Are you going to be a part of this White House card?
I don't know. I'm definitely training constantly for the opportunity. My goal is to just show Dana how serious I am about being in the event, and I hope he chooses me. But ultimately, it's in his hands. He's the boss.
It's got to be a good sign that you're here, though. Like with CBS and Paramount Plus and this big UFC deal, I feel like if you weren't in everyone's good graces right now, I probably wouldn't be talking to you, right?
Exactly. It's a great sign that I'm not only here, but a part of the production.
Dana White also weighed in on Alex Pereira's interest in moving up to heavyweight. He explained that switching 2 divisions in the UFC isn't like doing it in boxing. It's far tougher. White questioned the logic of moving up now, saying the light heavyweight division still has plenty of big fights left. Unless Pereira is thinking about finishing his career soon, White believes he should stay at 205 pounds.
It's not even about him winning the belt. You know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White House.
Chael Sonnen gave his take too, suggesting Jon Jones should aim for Pereira's light heavyweight title instead of focusing on heavyweight. He argued that a Jones versus Pereira showdown at 205 would not only draw massive attention, but would also add championship stakes, making it a true blockbuster for the fan.
What is your hesitation about him going up to heavyweight? He's mentioned it a few times in the past. He always wanted that Jon Jones fight, and I understand why maybe that fight wasn't appealing to you, but what is your reservations about sending him to heavyweight at this point?
Probably that he was a middleweight. He was a middleweight, and he's going to jump up 2 weight classes in the UFC. It's not like jumping up 2 weight classes in boxing. It's a big jump.
And as far as Yuri's performance,
and it's not that I have any reservations about it. I mean, the guy is he's in a division that there's still some interesting fights. I don't know. It's just I like the guy so much. We'll see. We'll have to talk about it. I just don't see why, unless he wants to retire, why throwing him in at heavyweight makes any sense, other than I just end up saying he wants to do it so bad, I'll just say yes. I don't know.
Henry Cejudo also joined in on the discussion, pitching the idea of a Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira BMF fight, possibly even headlining the White House card. Cejudo said this would be a massive event, especially since Pereira's popularity is at an all-time high. He added that if both fighters agreed to make it their final match, it would go down as one of the most legendary fights in UFC history.
Let me give you the hot take of the day. If I'm in Jon Jones's shoes and I hear this and I feel this buzz and there's this huge fight and it has all of a sudden got my interest, but there's no title on the line, I can fix that real fast. I can say I will fight you, and I'll even find a world title because it's going to be yours. I'll see it 205 pounds. And if Jon Jones does that, my partner, we're having a very different conversation.
Oh, chill. Oh my God, I didn't even think about it.
Michael Bisping also weighed in, saying that Pereira has already told Dana White he wants to move up to heavyweight, not only to face the winner of Gane versus Aspinall, but to chase a legacy-defining fight against Jon Jones. Bisping called it a bold move, saying Pereira wants to test himself against the man considered by many to be the greatest of all time.
I think what's next for Merab is the winner of Umar Nurmagomedov and Mario Bautista. I think because of that close fight that he did have with Umar, I mean, I feel like it's well deserved, especially if he gets through a guy like Mario Bautista. And that's it, bro. The winner of this fight, Merab beats the winner out of this fight of Mario and Bautista. I think he should go up to 145 pounds. And you know what? Call me crazy, Kush, but I do feel that if he does go up to 145 pounds, I think he could beat Alexander Volkanovski. I really do, man. If he's been able to do that to the majority of all of us, bro, imagine him feeling even better up a weight division. He could bring some problems to Volkanovski or anybody at 145 pounds.
Bisping praised Pereira for consistently putting on thrilling performances and earning the fans' respect through his comebacks and dominance. He mentioned that fights against Gigi Prochazka or Carlos Ulberg could happen, but since Pereira has already beaten Prochazka twice and would likely overpower Ulberg, the only truly exciting option is Jon Jones. According to Bisping, a Jones versus Pereira super fight, possibly at the White House, would be a once-in-a-generation.
What's next? Now, of course, he wants to go to heavyweight. Dana White said that he saw him at the Performance Institute on Friday. He told Dana face-to-face he wants to go to heavyweight, and you would assume that by going to heavyweight, he would mean wanting the winner of Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall, which goes down in just a couple of weeks. But that's not what he wants. He wants to take on Jon Jones at the White House, the greatest of all time, depending on who you ask, of course. We're not getting into that whole debate. That's what Pereira wants. Now, I will say this. The man should be afforded some wild opportunities. What he did, the way he came back, the way he thrills audiences, the knockouts that he's had, the career that he's had, the impact that he's made on this sport, and the fan base that will once again be behind him is immense, okay? So I say give the man some fun fights. Yes, of course, there is Carlos Ulberg out there, and there is Jiří Procházka. Jiří, I could not be a bigger fan of that guy. I love that guy, but he's been beaten by Alex twice. I hate to say it, I don't think the outcome would be much different. Carlos Ulberg, yeah, sure. Make him fight Carlos Ulberg, probably beat Carlos Ulberg, because it'll be a kickboxing match. Ulberg's not going to shoot a double leg takedown. He's not all of a sudden going to turn into a Dagestani wrestler that he just beat, by the way, in 1 minute 20 seconds. He would probably beat Carlos Ulberg as well. So what do you do with him? Well, you give him something.
Thanks for tuning in, fight fans. If you live and breathe MMA, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and keep it locked right here. This is Boxing Cage, bringing you all the latest updates, predictions, and stories from the world of UFC.